Hello everybody and welcome back to Elderberry Sprout. Today I'm going to be showing you my March bullet journal setup. So as you guys know, I have a system that I like very well, so I just kind of keep on keeping on with the same system. I have my habits on the left, which I did change this month a little bit, and I have tabs on the back side, and all of my actual weekly pages are trimmed so that I can see my habits, and then I have my habit tracker on each individual page. For the March, I guess, like calendar spread and planning spread, I have actually a whole bunch of new stamps that I got. I did a big order online of silicone stamps that I store. Let's see. I store in clear CD cases and then I have them labeled. So that's my calendar stamps. And they make planning a lot easier because like I got this one, which is for moon phases and when I want to have videos go live. And I also got some number stamps for the days of the week. It's nice that you can use like a more light color for those. Yeah, and then you can like write on top of them if you want to. So for this spread, I find that I tend to go for a shape and a color collection. So this month I did kind of these odd round shapes. And those also play out on my tabs over here, so they kind of match. And then I went for like a bluey, greeny gold color. For this, I did a whole bunch of different scrap collages. You can see under here it's a little bit darker because I had a big strip of this, it was a napkin that I really liked, but it was a little too dark and I ended up covering it up like 3 different times until I liked it. So just remember, layer stuff up. It's totally cool if you make mistakes. Yeah, I used this wrapping paper as kind of a drop shadow on this calendar, which I just traced out with a pen. Here I've got some green dyed paper, and then I did some stamping to give it some texture with a light green, like spiral pattern with all these little dots there. Let's see if you can see those little dots. There we go. See those little dots? So I did add some element of texture there. And I added some leaf stamps as well. This is another piece of tissue paper with some florals. This is some golden tissue paper, which I've realized I really like using. Not only is it shiny, but it's really thin, so you don't have to really bulk anything up with super shiny, bright pieces of gold paper. Oh no, I'm losing my planning sticker. Got some tea-stained paper, more of the green paper, more tissue paper, more wrapping paper. Just use a dark pen there. What else is new on here? That's about it. Moon phase stamps like usual. And this guy, I'll see if I actually end up using this because it's designed to be more of a habit tracker because of all the little boxes for each day. But I don't know. I think it'll just help me really parse out how far through the week I am based on where like the moon phases are and stuff. So that's the main page. I'm really liking it. I think I went into the greens and golds because I'm so excited about spring coming and it being like a time of renewal and growth. So went for greens there. Now I finally started doing something slightly different. Let's make sure I'm in focus here. I started doing something a little bit different on these pages, and that is that I got a couple of different stamps to use for my headers. So I had been using my banner stamps, which were in all of the other setups I've done for like last year and this year so far. And I normally do my own lettering, but I've been experimenting with getting more silicone stamps and yeah, playing with different colored, I guess, stamp pads. Also, a couple of these, which ones? I think it was this one. These two maybe? I tried using like a not a fountain pen. What are these? These are dot pens. I think I did it for this one too. I just colored over the stamp and then stamped it with my pen, kind of using it like an ink. And that worked pretty well for some of them, but you can see it is a little bit more uneven, which is to be expected. But I'm happy that that expands the range of color that I can use with those silicone stamps, especially if they're smaller and like running your pen over it is easy. That's a pretty fun thing to learn. These are the normal number stamps that I carved. Got some little star stamps just to add some more gold to the pages. And yeah, these little boxes and the days of the week. Oh, it's nice to have a different dimension there. I'm starting to get bored of my normal banner stamp. Yeah, I got moon phases again. Okay, this is where my reference little tabs start. So this one, I don't know what I'm going to put in that bottom half there, but this is something new I started doing. Most of the time I don't really talk about too much what I put on these tabs because I figure it out as I'm going. But I figured out that there's a couple of things that I always like to have on here, or I've been tending to like to have. One is a play tab. One is memories, so like collage-y bits that I find throughout the month. The other one is business. And then action. So those are 4 that I really like to have. It's just like steps towards my future that aren't purely like business related. Things I like to do for fun, memories, and yeah, actual ways I want to expand my business. But for each of these pages, I have started to have a little like inspirational slash, I don't know, like a quote slash mantra slash affirmation to remind me what this page is really trying to bring in. So I'm excited to start doing this because I did get a bunch of new pens for Christmas or for Yuletide, and I can use them and mix them up, and it's a lot easier to do script work when your pens actually work. My old Tombos from like 2018 or 2017 started to dry out, so yeah, it's nice to have them not just pastel colored from rehydrating them myself. Yeah, action. So baby steps begin an adventure. My little play bit. Oh yeah, let's talk about what these tabs are. So this is tea stained paper with gold tissue paper scraps on top, so you get a little bit of shine. And the way I arranged the colors is such that the gold is up higher and the gold is down here. So I was trying to arrange the tabs in a way that it's not going to like extend the pattern outward. So like we wouldn't have a gold one right there. So I was just trying to spread it out a little bit. But yeah, really like that one. It's super sturdy. Just brown paper. Then I've got more of this hair pattern from my January girl. I like that I've been able to use so many of her, her little hair piece up there and hair piece back over here. I like that I've been able to use that so much. So it's kind of like unifying the whole book together. Play. Listen to what your heart aches to do. Sometimes I don't listen to my heart as much as I should with the things that I'm feeling called to do, like my obsessive interests. Sometimes I'm blinded by not seeing the path of how the things I'm obsessed with doing are going to help me go forward in life. But I really need to embrace that more, because I find that if I do, it's like the next step is presented to me when I'm done, almost. Like, I don't know, like I've been doing jelly printing a lot recently, and sorry, a little bit of a tangent. I've been doing jelly printing a lot, and I have all of these brayer sheets left over, and I was like, what the heck am I going to do with all these brayer sheets? And I realized I can use Stays on ink and stamp a whole bunch of stamps on them and make collage fodder. So I recently started doing this 100-day project inspired by Vervain Helsdottir. If you guys have ever seen her, she's great. I'm going to definitely tag her down below. And I decided to start using these to make some ephemera that's actually applicable instead of just like beautiful colored papers. I can actually make some things that I can trim out and use in my collaging or give away as freebies or, whatever. It's something usable. And now it's like jelly printing I was drawn to. And I'm like, well, I don't know how I'll use the papers yet, but I know they're going to be pretty and it's a good material. But then afterwards, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is expanding into a whole different, like it could expand my business into doing like different collage packs, which I've already started doing a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, the point is the next step was presented to me afterwards, and here I am making those progress steps because I was trusting my play and trusting what my heart ached to do. So just a reminder to do that. Remember, make memories. I know I've been a bit hermit-like, so I'm going to try to take more action in my life that are purely for joy and for finding new people to connect with. So in person, which would be great. So I'm gonna make some memories and actually make them, because memories don't happen unless you like do a thing to remember. Business. Yeah, you are amazing. Share yourself with others. You can see a little bit of a theme here of business and having the confidence. Just go out and do stuff. Do new stuff, meet new people, do things just trusting myself more. So I'm amazing, and I need to remember to share myself with others. And the back page, I just kind of like to use the same or similar papers on the back pages, just to have it be like a unified time chunk. I can put a little paper clip on the top, and then they're pretty on both sides. These are a couple of papers I had gotten sent in the mail. I think it was from the Grabby box, so I'm glad I finally get to use those. Have a little bit of empty space to keep filling in, but that'll be fun for the rest of the month. Anyway, so there's my March. I hope this inspires you guys to use up some scraps. I've been really focusing on that on my 100-day project. I think I might start posting about that on Instagram. You know, like all of the weird collage ephemera things I've been doing. Cause yeah, I don't share a lot on Instagram. I'm gonna try to make that a little bit more a part of my practice of just, hey, just throwing it up there. It doesn't have to be perfect. But anyway, that's my March. Thank you so much for you guys for watching. I hope this helps you get inspired for the springtime and to embrace those greens and get excited for the renewal of the earth. Unless you're down under, otherwise you have some fall vibes coming. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye.